Welcome back, guys. I hope you're having a lovely day. I reached the third challenge where I have to draw 1,000 forms. Forms refer to objects that have 3 dimensions: height, width, and depth. They are important in art because forms give a sense of volume and space, making the shapes appear 3-dimensional through the use of perspective and axonometry. On this challenge, I will draw all the shapes in axonometry because the next challenge involves perspective and I will practice it then. I'm also aiming to draw all my shapes in an organized manner. That's why I divided my canvas into a 50 square grid. Each form will be drawn more or less inside a square, thus keeping all my progress organized, knowing that I have to fill up 20 pages in order to complete the challenge. I could also draw my forms randomly on the page at all sizes, or I could draw fewer per page and have them bigger, but I decided to go with 50 forms per page. I enjoy working clean and organized, so I'll stick with this formula. Next, I want to play with different brush thicknesses. For example, I'm using a thicker line for the contour of the object and the thinner line to represent its volume. Sometimes I use the same brush size everywhere and just reinforce the contour. Sometimes I'm testing something else, like painting the shape first, then draw the lines that gives volume to the shape. Again, there are no hard rules here. I want to use this opportunity to strengthen my current skills and test out new techniques in order to see which one works better or provide a faster result without sacrificing any quality. Moving forward, I want to explore drawing forms with straight lines, curved lines, and a mix of those two. Here again, I focused each day on one type of form. For example, one day I was doing cubes and rectangles, just forms with straight lines. Another day I was focusing on organic forms and ellipses. Some days, I was doing something else, like forms with holes, in them, for example. I want to use reference for this challenge as well. Same as last time, I'm looking on Pinterest at whatever's in the feed and try to pick up different forms and draw them simplified or exaggerated. It can really be whatever. While I'm doing this challenge, I also don't use undo. That means no Ctrl Z. Whatever I put on the page should be final. If I make a mistake, I leave it as it is and use the next form that I'm drawing as an opportunity to correct the mistake of the prior form. I'm forcing myself to approach this challenge from this perspective because I want to learn how to be as efficient as possible as an artist. Often in my early days, I used to have this issue where I wouldn't know when to stop adding details, and I was adding brush strokes to the same area of the canvas, wasting a lot of time and not making any difference in the end in terms of quality. So now I'm trying to avoid this trap. Therefore, I try to use my line as efficiently as possible. Next, another no-go zone is zooming in and out. On short, zooming in on a canvas tends to make me lose the sight of the bigger picture, and zooming too much out doesn't allow me to add the desired amount of details. Before I put the first brush stroke, I make sure the canvas is big enough for me to draw comfortably without the need to zoom in and out. I even went as far as disabling all my Zoom shortcuts in order not to do it even by mistake. Because those types of challenges become longer and longer to finish, the first one taking me about 1 hour, the second one about 4 hours, and this one took me about 13 hours. It's important for me to break them down into smaller chunks that I can do daily and find ways to make it fun, interesting, or different every day. That could be, for example, just changing the color of my brush, or maybe test a different one. Maybe another day I want to make my canvas black and draw with white lines, or maybe use colors instead. I noticed that small adjustments like this make me go a longer way. They keep me engaged and entertained while I do these studies. And as an artist who is playing the long game, this is essential for me. Essential for my success, basically. If you're an aspiring artist who wants to learn how to draw, or even a professional who wants to sharpen their skills, I invite you to join our Discord group where I'm posting all my progress and hopefully you will post your too. For those of you who want to learn how to draw and seek a mentor, I also offer one-on-one sessions. Just drop me a message if that interests you. Alright guys, that would be it for today. I'll see you on the next one.